Good morning. Lesson 2-2, tax. This one's actually some good life math. So we're going to use proportional relationships to find the amount of tax charged for an item. You could get charged tax a lot of places. Usually we refer to tax as sales tax when we go to Washington or Idaho or any place else, but there's lots of taxes in our world. So today we're mostly going to talk about sales tax and hotel tax, and maybe income tax and property tax. So tax revenue is used to pay government-provided services. Sales tax is a state or local tax that is added to the price of an item or service. The total cost to purchase an item is the selling price plus the sales tax. Your book is going to explain it with proportions. I don't want you to do it that way. Here's what I want. I want you to combine this. So the percent, 7.5% in this case, the sales tax rate was 7.5. Change this to a decimal. Skip doing this part. We just need this as a decimal. Okay? But we need it not as this, but as a real decimal, which means divide that by 100. Do this. So it's really 0.075. Times the price is going to be the amount of tax. So in this case, the price is $10. I guess I could have put this and put the tax rate. Paid tax, and this is the tax rate. Okay, so if we were going to do this problem they have here with a $10 shirt, $10 shirt is the price of the item. The tax is this, 7.5%, which is 0.075. And you're welcome to do this by hand. Or you could do 10 times 0.075 and get 75 cents. Or 75 cents. So you would pay 75 cents tax on a $10 shirt. That would be an example of sales tax. So let's practice that a little bit. Let's do the check on page 75. So Ashley's buying a laptop that sells for $749. That's the price. The sales tax rate in her city is 8.25%. Oh boy. 8.25% equals, divide this by 100. Okay, when you divide by 100, your decimal goes 2 places to the left. That's it as a decimal. 0.0825. And that is going to equal your sales tax. So her $749 computer times the rate is going to equal, wait a minute, remember it's money, and in money you can only go to pennies. So the 9 makes the 7, the 2 makes the 9, stay the same. So it would be $61.79 would be the tax. But they want the total cost for the laptop. So what we figured is the tax, and then you add that to the total price, not including this. You'd have your $61.79 plus your $749 laptop, and you'd have $1,110.79 total. Or there's another way to do it, and you can choose whichever way you like. I like to do it this way I'm going to show you. So you have your $749. You're going to times that by the price of the laptop plus the tax. Well, the price of the laptop would be 100%, and 100% written as a decimal is 1.00. Plus our sales tax rate, 0.0825. And if you do all that, when you're done, then you've done this addition that we did later. you know, you could choose to do your addition and your multiplication any way you want. So I'm going to add these together in my head. 749 times 1.0825. So I added the 1 plus the 0.0825. I'm going to get, oh, did I make a mistake? I bet I made a mistake right here. Let's see where I made a mistake. That should be the total cost. This is exciting. Where did we make the mistake? 749 times 0.0825 was 6179. 61.79 plus 749. I bet I typed in something wrong. Well, this is a wonderful thing. Sometimes we make mistakes, you guys. So, I made a mistake when I was adding. I don't know what I did, and I don't want to spend the time to figure it out, but I probably put my decimal in the wrong place. So anyway, long story short, if you add the 100% to the sales tax rate, it will include the price of the item in the whole equation. If that's too much for you and you're like, I would rather just find the sales tax and add it to the original price, do that. I'll do it both ways here for a little while. All right, so if you have the cost of a hotel room rented for 2 nights is $280, there's also a 12% hotel room tax, which is a true statement. There is a hotel room tax when you go to rent a hotel. What is the total cost of the hotel room? So first way, I'll do in black. First way is you can find the amount of tax, then add it to that. So the amount of tax would be the price times the tax, 12% as a decimal. 12 divided by 100 is 0.12. So we could do that. 280 times 0.12, $33.60. That's the tax. And then we need to add that to the 280. So 280 plus 33.60 plus 280, 313.60 is your total. Remember, you can pause me and rewind me, so please feel free to do that. If we were going to do it in one step, you'd have 280 times 100%, which is 1, and the sales tax. The sales tax was 12%. The original is 100%, so together 1.12. 280 times 1.12 is 313.60. And this time they match. Woohoo! So again, doesn't matter which way you do it. You can find the amount of tax and then add it to the original, or you could find it all in one fell swoop by adding the original plus the tax in your equation. Okay, let's try the check over here on page 76. The cost of a hotel room for 5 nights is $610, and there's a 9.5% hotel tax. What is the total cost of the room? So you're going to have your 610, and I'm going to do it one way, times the room plus the tax. Boop, boop, 0.95, 0.95. So we'll have 610 times 1.095, $667.95 total cost for the room. Again, pause me and rewind if you need to. Okay, last one. Sales tax. Jimena purchased $24 worth of crafting supplies. The tax rate in her city is 6.25%. What is the total cost? Total cost means I'm including this. And 6.25% as a decimal, 2 places to the left. 0.0625. And then do my calculations. 24 times 1.0625. $25.50. Okay, that's adding in sales tax, hotel tax, property tax, all that kind of stuff. All right, good luck.